How pleasant is the day when we give up striving to be young or slender. William James. We all function in life based on certain conceptions of success. Life has its inevitable difficulties as we meet our basic needs of food, clothing, shelter, respectability. But sometimes we add to these challenges by trying to conform to certain socially glamorized models of how we need to be. One such incessantly glamorized definition of success is, is the ideal figure, which in today's world is a young, slender figure. Sometimes people, now naturally, we all want to be healthy, we don't want to be obese, we don't want to look bad, we want to look good. This is fine. But when this becomes an obsession, when it becomes the basis of our self-conception, when it becomes the foundation of our sense of self-worth, then we subject ourselves to tremendous anxiety, to torment. We sometimes torture our bodies by adopting dubious dietary practices. We sometimes spend a lot of money in searching for some magic pills or potions that we think will cut fat. We lose a lot of health and energy in taking up some excessive exercise routines which cause bodily complications. And overall, just the desire to look good in the social mirror, it subjects us to hours and years of agitation and dissatisfaction. The social mirror refers to how the world sees us, or rather how we see ourselves through the eyes of others. So now sometimes that vision can be constructive, sometimes that vision can be destructive, especially if that vision makes us conform to things which are very difficult for us to do. So at that time, we all want to look good, but we all have a particular body and we have to accept that body for what it is. So if we consider that even good looks are concerned, in different parts, in different places, in different cultures, at different times in history, conceptions of beauty have been different. Today, a thin, slim figure is considered to be attractive. But just a few generations ago, a moderately plump figure was considered attractive because that was seen as a sign of wealth and prosperity. If a person was thin, it was thought that this person must be poor, that's why that person doesn't get enough to eat. And that was considered unattractive. So, we may say that no, but I want to look good in today's today's conception. Yes, that's fine. But we have to know that looking good is different from being good. And being good is far more important. We need to have, rather than letting our self conception be shaken and shattered by what we see in the social mirror, our self conception should be based on something much more enduring. No matter how we are seen in the social mirror, we are at our core much better than what our bodies may be. The Bhagavad Gita makes such spiritual self-confidence easier by explaining that we are at our core souls. As souls, we are parts of the all-attractive whole Krishna. Because we are his parts, we partake in his attractiveness. So, when we want to increase our attractiveness, we can go in two directions. We can try to go outwards and we can try to improve our looks. Or we can go inwards and we can try to excavate our soul's attractiveness. We can try to bring out the good within us. Now, when we go in the outward direction, which is where the world wants us to go constantly, then at best we may get some good looks, but they will be short-lived. Even with the best technology in the world, beauty doesn't last for long. The body's degeneration is unstoppable. And when uh, the mainstream culture is materialistic, when our self-conception is materialistic, then old age becomes unbearable. Old people are seen as unattractive, unwanted, unworthy, and people often think of life in old age to be like a nightmare. In more traditional spiritual cultures, elderly people are valued for their wisdom and their experience. But in materialistic culture where looks are what matter, old people are often derided. Now, if we have lived our life with spiritual purpose, then whatever be our looks, whatever be our age, we can connect with our spiritual core and we can connect with the whole of which we are part. The Bhagavad Gita explains that we are all parts of Krishna. He's the all attractive Supreme. And His love for us doesn't depend on anything external. It doesn't depend on anything. In fact, He always loves us. And when we connect with Him, when we get security and satisfaction through our inner connection with Him, then we can function outward with greater confidence. Not that we become negligent about how we look, but we become confident about who we are. The Bhagavad Gita says that those who are in knowledge, they are not swayed by public opinion. They stay fixed in their principles and their purposes, whatever be the opinion of the masses. When we just accept ourselves for what we are, then we get a big sense of relief, because the inner battle in resenting ourselves, it just stops. All that mental energy gets saved. And actually, people who accept themselves, people who are at peace with themselves, they exude a natural charm, a natural joy, a natural sweetness that is attractive. And although this may not be glamorous, it may not be eye-catching, but when people come close, people appreciate that this person has something within them. So then, when we have accepted ourselves, the attractiveness that comes from our self-acceptance, from our spiritual connectedness, because that is not just a show that we need to repeatedly put up again and again, it is an emergence from our substance. So it is much more sustainable. And the relationships that are formed based on our substance, not our appearance, those relationships are more real, more enduring, and more fulfilling. Thank you. Hare Krishna.